Hello and welcome to another episode of the Wor Wellbeing podcast. I'm here today with two of our fantastic personal trainers, Molly Sale and Shaun Malone, and they're going to tell us lots about what goes on in the gym and what we've got on offer in the coming year. Hello.
Hi.
You two.
Hello.
Hello. So I was thinking about this when I was writing these questions down. Your job title is Advanced Wellbeing Instructor, not just a wellbeing instructor, an advanced one. So tell us a little bit about what makes you so advanced and what you do day to day within the team.
So our general jobs are to deliver inductions in our gym, first of all. So we've got quite a good piece of kit that we show everybody that comes to use the gyms across the sites. We also offer personal training for the staff, so I would say that's why we're advanced, definitely. Delivering 30-minute personal training, it's always 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 sessions, catered to each individual person, really.
Don't sell yourself short here. You are very advanced. You've all got fantastic skill sets, all of our instructors across our sites. I think you're brilliant at what you do, and we get such lovely feedback on all of you.
Were you speaking to me there?
I was speaking to both of you. You're advanced as well, Shaun?
Yes, so I have a gold badge that makes me advanced.
Right.
So I don't think, Molly, you haven't got one, have you?
Not yet.
So yeah, it's basically a lot of personal training, inductions, build up most of the day, but it's a big thing on education. So everyone that comes in through the door will want to educate as much as possible before they leave. So the end goal would be for no one to have personal training because they know all the information that we know.
Yeah.
However, that's just, like a long-term goal for each individual. But yeah, educate is one of the biggest things I would say.
Yeah, you do lots of signposting, don't you, to kind of other services to help support people. So I don't know about you, when I first started here, I came in and I was like, whoa, so impressed by the kit that we've got in the gym. But you guys use it much more than I do. So tell us a little bit about the kit and what's on offer.
So specifically at Wansbeck and NSEC, we've got a biocircuit. So the biocircuit's a 30-minute workout that's set up to each individual. So depending on their height, their range of motion and what they can manage in weight. When they get on the machines, once we've set you up and done a little induction, they don't have to change anything. They don't have to adjust their seat, their height. It's all done for them, and then the weights are worked out depending on what is manageable for them. Yeah. So it's really, really cool. It's dead easy. It's so brilliant that someone can come in, press start and off they go, and they have to do nothing else.
I think if you're kind of time poor, which obviously a lot of our staff who are listening will be, the idea that you can actually go and get a full body workout, and quite a tough workout if you want it to be that way, within 30 minutes is massive.
It uses all the major muscle groups and you get a little bit of cardio in there as well, so it's fab for everybody. Yeah,
brilliant. And that's by Technogym, we should say, shouldn't we? It's a Technogym biocircuit. Yeah,
absolutely.
Anything else? What other fabulous kit I forgot?
So we also got, I call it like unlinked machines. When I give someone an induction, the biocircuit's all linked together, and then we have all the unlinked machines which you can use separate as much as you want. So we've got treadmills, rowers, spinning bikes, stationary bikes, free weights. We've got a kinesis at NSEC, and we have a Smith machine at NSEC as well.
I think we've got an ANIC as well, a kinesis.
Oh, a kinesis at ANIC, yes.
ANIC now.
Which I'm going to be starting working there, just to shout out.
Fab.
You'll see he's an ANIC at the start of the new year, which is exciting.
Yes, we should say that this unlinked equipment is available at NSEC and Wansbeck, but also it's available in our physio gyms, which are, here's the test because it's getting more of them, ANIC, Hexham, North Tyneside. Yes. And they're kind of open around the physio hours. So tell us just a little bit about the Tanita, because I know we're going to try and encourage people to come and use the Tanita in January.
So the Tanita is a great way of not just measuring how much you currently weigh, but it tells us more about your current body fat mass, your muscle mass, your bone mass. It tells you how much muscle is in each arm, each leg, and all the way down the middle, and again with how much fat's in each area. It gives us a little bit of information about your metabolic rate and how quick your metabolism's switching on and whether you're able to burn calories quickly. So it does quite a lot. It also gives us a little bit of an indication about water that's currently sat in your body and the visceral fat, the important fat around your organs. Yeah. So it tells us all this information from just jumping on a machine, standing on it for a few seconds.
It's fab, isn't it? It's really, you know, you can get a really in-depth reading of where you're at and, you know, set yourself, well, with the trainers, I guess, set yourself some quite specific targets thanks to the Tanita.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely like a baseline reading, and then when we train, obviously it's only going to progress. You forgot one of the main ones, which is the metabolic age.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's the favourite one.
well, can I just do a brag here about the metabolic age, right? I am 43, right? Honestly, when I first started this job, Jesse's like looking at us out of one eye, recording this here, thinking, yeah, whatever. My metabolic age was 25 when I first
Yes.
started this job, right? Thank you, the mime and applause. However, a year and a half, nearly 2 years now, I've been in a much more sedentary role. I might, if I'm brave enough, come with you and get back on that. I reckon I'm closer to 45 metabolically these days. No, it's fab though, isn't it? The metabolic.
Yeah, I
age.
think it's
Yeah.
I think it's a good one.
Good little tool.
Well, it depends when people start crying and have tissues. No, I'm joking.
No crying in our gyms,
No,
just
no,
lots of
definitely not.
positivity. So in 2025, we are going to do a really big push on personal training right from the start of the year, because we think it's something that's a little bit underutilized with our membership, and obviously you can get it within your pound membership, when out in the real world you might be paying 30 to 40 pounds for a session. What would you say were the main benefits of personal training?
Yeah, so I'll go straight away with accountability. Accountability number one, if I had to pick, just, you know, someone there to give you an extra push, and especially in the workplace, being so busy with life, and then knowing that you have to go to training because we're expecting them to be there. It just puts a little bit of, not, the pressure's not the right word, but a little bit of a gentle push.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that they come along. Motivation, fun. I try to make mine fun. You know, I'm quite a serious guy. You know, so yeah, try and make it as fun as possible. And then personalised workouts. You know, obviously we'll have studied for a long time, and there's things that I love and don't like in the gym, and everyone's the same. So we've got to try and personalise the program for that individual. So they're my main four. What about you, Molly?
I think it's really good just for the support sometimes, to have somebody there to keep you right. So that's what a lot of people come to us for. They may not be the most clued up person in the gym ever, and I'm not surprised if they're nurses or doctors on a ward all day, but they come and see us and they just want us to double check that they're doing things correctly. So it's really good, it helps, and then hopefully they're able to take that away and do it themselves. But if they're booking in every week, you're more likely to see results, and you're also more likely to come in and want to do your own workouts as well. But if you've got something to aim towards, we can really help with that. So
and I think the great thing about our personal training team as well, across all the sites, is that you've all got different skill sets. You know, we've got people who come to it with maybe more of a Pilates or a core focus, and then we've got people who come at it who've, you know, maybe trained competitively, people who are much more into strength and weightlifting. So there's kind of something for everyone, really. So I know that you guys are all really popular with our staff members, our clients who come into the gym. Have you got any great success stories about people who've had personal training with you?
Oh, 100%. There's too many to choose, to be honest. There's so many. But one off the top of my head, I would say there's a lady that works in the trust, and we started like around 10 sessions ago. So I have one session a week. So, you know, 10 weeks ago, and I've got like a couple of stats here actually.
I love a stat.
Yeah, so if you don't know the exercises, please pop in and I'll show you the exercises. But there was a Smith machine squat that just started on 15 kilograms, and now she's up to 45.
Wow.
Which is massive. It's a huge jump. A bench press Smith machine just started on, let me get it, on 15 as well. And now she's up to 22.5. And then the last one is a RDL, which started on 17 and is up to 47.5.
Wow.
However, it's, you know, she is super fit. However, it's not about that. It's about the progression she's made in the gym, and seeing a confidence glow.
It's a commitment to it, isn't it? It's, you know, that she's kind of really stuck with you and is making those improvements. I'm sure it makes her feel great as well.
Yeah, 100%. And the work ethic that she puts in, you know, she deserves it 100%. but it wasn't always just rainbows right from the beginning. You know, she had to work at it, and you know, it might look easy to her now, but it's, you know, it's been a hard graft, but we've been there to support her all the way through. So, and that's with me, Molly and Andy. She trains with us, you know, once a week, twice a week if she can fit it in. But yeah.
Excellent. Anyone that springs to mind for you, Molly?
Yeah, there's another woman that is a staff member, and she's worked with me and Shaun, and she's tried all of the classes. We also got yoga on a Tuesday that's recently started, and she's decided to add that into our routine recently. But we sat down to talk about the difference from when she started maybe in March time to now, and she was training towards getting married, so that was our goal. However, then after getting married, she had a month where, you know, she was enjoying herself and celebrating and things like that, but she started to see a dip in mental health again, which you won't mind me saying, but she just started to notice that she didn't have as much energy and felt a little bit more down, and she didn't have as much of a routine. Even though she was going to work, she wasn't doing anything for herself. So she's made the effort to come back before Christmas, because it's very easy to wait until after Christmas, but she's thrown herself back into it, and she says the difference is massive straight away. So she's really happy she's done that.
That's fantastic. And I think that what you've just said there is reflected in the feedback that we get from staff members, that, you know, for everyone that we get saying, oh, you know, I've had this fantastic workout and I've achieved this physically, we'll have 5 probably from people saying, thank you for helping me get back in the gym, because it's massively improved my mood and my mental health and my energy levels, which
it's more important.
It is in the long run. As well as our personal training, we've got, I should have the timetable in front of me because I can't remember, but we've got loads and loads of fantastic classes now. We've got them, a few online. We're still in the process of building that up, but we've got lots of classes that we teach in person on various sites. I know you two teach some classes. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so I love my classes. I think that's the best part of my
Your
week.
classes love you as well, Molly.
I hope so. So I teach Clubbercise on a Wednesday night at Wandsbeck. It's at 5:05 for 45 minutes. It's fun, it's in the dark, it's just good old 90s club tunes. You grab some glow sticks and you just have a bit of a laugh. It doesn't matter if you're going the wrong way. You're probably more likely to burn more calories if you go on the opposite way to me. So it's fab. No one can see what you're doing. So I love Clubbercise. It's just a bit of fun. But I also teach Bootcamp on a Saturday morning. It's 30 minutes, work as hard as you can, because it's, again, sessions are only 30 minutes, so you put in as much as you can manage in that amount of time. And then afterwards we do a stretch and tone, which is quite nice off the back of boot camp. At first I thought it was going to be quite quiet, and then once people come to boot camp, they think, I've got half an hour, I might as well just stay. And normally they either get a harder workout in stretch and tone from the stretching, really, that part itself.
Yeah, it's
but
challenging in a different way, isn't it?
It is totally, but it is quite nice to relax after boot camp. So you've jumped around, you've worked really hard, and now we're going to stretch out all the bits that we've worked. So yeah, it's quite nice. I love all the classes, and they're all really busy as well. So I think that's going to be a big one in January. There'll be fights to get booked in.
To get your
so
space,
just remember that.
But again, that's all kind of within your membership. Shaun, what about your classes?
Yeah, so at the minute I do Boxercise, and Boxercise is on a Thursday at 5 o'clock.
And it's Boxercise.
Boxercise.
Yeah.
So if you haven't done Boxercise before, it's very different each week. So we don't do the sort of same things. Except for the pair pad work and the combo work, but we do circuits each week. We do ladder work, which is kind of pair work, similar to circuits, just a different method. But yeah, it's come along if you haven't had any experience before. And I teach the basics every week, and we'll just build it up slowly. Yeah. The more you come, obviously, you'll get more advanced at the combo work, which is getting patterns of punches in. But yeah, I love it.
I think that's important to say as well. You know, when you're saying there that you teach the basics, I think that's true of all of our classes. Something that we're really big on is making things inclusive and making things accessible to everyone. So, you know, we've got Pilates on, we've got yoga on, we've got functional stuff in the gym, we've got legs, bums and tums, we've got a big range across lots of different sites now, but we do try and make it so that it's accessible and inclusive for everyone. So if you're listening and you're thinking, oh, Clubbercise, I can't dance, you know, Molly will always start with the basics, and we all join in together, and that's how you build your strength and you build your coordination and all those things, just giving things a go.
Yeah, what I was going to say, is, Molly, I would love to come to your classes. And the only reason I haven't is because I'm on shift.
That's the only reason.
I feel the same about Kaylee's class. I've been to yours. I have been at Shaun's Boxercise and I loved it. It was a great laugh. It was brilliant.
And
so.
Shaun does come to my Pilates as well, you see. So
Yes, I've just started that very recently, and I'm super flexible now.
he is, yeah. He's absolutely a sight for sore eyes in that class. So obviously the main part of the work that we do is working with our membership, so the people who have signed up to the Wor Wellbeing membership and access all the different things, so not necessarily just the stuff in the gym. They might access some of the holistic therapies that we do, some of the Reiki, reflexology, beauty treatments. But we do also do some things which sit outside of that membership, so wellbeing initiatives which support the whole staff team, whether you are a member or not. So Molly, I know you work specifically on a couple of those projects. Do you want to tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, so we've got Happy Healthy Mams, first of all, which is a great project for anyone in the trust who is currently pregnant.
Or postnatal.
Oh, postnatal, yes, absolutely. So obviously it's harder to come back into work postnatal.
It is. We don't get as many postnatal referrals, do we?
No, but you know, especially if someone's come through and trained with us prenatally, they will come back and they'll see us after they've had the baby. And yes, so prenatally they'll come and see us and we'll double check they're okay to exercise, and we'll find out what they've done previously exercise wise, and then create a program that's suitable for them. So again, if they're more Pilates focused, then we can do some nice stretching or gentle work to get them ready for labour, or we can do some general fitness with them if they were already quite a fit person as it is, and just keep them active, ready for when they have the baby. You want to keep them going as long as possible. So that'll just change throughout their pregnancy. So we'll work with them, maybe have a couple of personal training one-to-one sessions, and then give them some exercises to do on their own outside of seeing us, which is really lovely. And we can also signpost them into some classes that aren't necessarily with the NHS, but both me and Kaylee work with some pre and postnatal groups outside of the NHS, so it's nice that they're able to work to come and see us and then to do a little bit extra, and
and hopefully have that social side by meeting other mums in those groups.
Absolutely. Same with postnatally as well. They can come and see us and we can help them get back on their feet and, you know, back in exercise once they're ready to. So that's quite a nice little session. And then we also do Safe Fit and Well, which is a program.
Yeah, it's a referral program, isn't it? And we have actually done a podcast episode all about Safe Fit and Well with Kaylee in the past.
Oh, fab.
Remind us, what's it all about?
And the idea is to come and see us for 6 weeks. We meet them, spend a little bit of time talking about why they've been referred, either through physio or through OC Health, just to see what we can do to help them by exercising to maybe improve an injury or just improve their mental well-being, and again help either get them back to work or just hoping to have them feel more positive about work and about their everyday life as well. So they'll see us at the beginning, we'll set a program for them to do as much as they can over 3 weeks, then we'll ask them back to see us and ask them to be as honest as possible. And then off the back of what they've done in the 3 weeks, we'll then change their program slightly or just try and motivate them to keep it going. And once they get to the end of the 6 weeks, hopefully they have done as much as they can. Hopefully they've seen a bit of an improvement either in the injury or in themselves. And then we can either signpost them into our gyms or, you know, see if we can just give them a hand with finding something more suitable for them outside of the gym. And
that we should say those programs are both, you know, they're referral ones. Happy Healthy Mams, you can refer in yourself, and like you're saying, Safe Fit and Well, you need to be referred by another service, so physio, OC Health, or staff psychology. And I should remember to say thank you to physio, because we staff physio team work closely with us on both of those services. So there's one more other little thing that I think we were going to talk about the stuff that we're going to offer for the whole staff team. Shaun, are you taking over?
Yes, 100%. Midday moves.
Midday moves.
This
Shaun's favourite 5 minutes of the week.
100%. Sign in Mondays, 12 o'clock.
It's every day. It's not just
mine. I'm just talking about mine. Forget about everyone else's. No, I'm joking. Of course not. Yeah, so you have a trainer each day for 5 minutes. The trainer changes every day. Molly, do you do 2, I believe? No, 1.
Just do Friday.
They get a different person every day of the week. Let's see if I can remember this. Wait a minute. Monday we've got Shaun. Tuesday is Kaylee, Wednesday is me, Thursday is Andy, and Friday is Molly. But it's a fantastic initiative. I know that obviously I'm going to say that it wasn't actually one that we thought of ourselves as our team. It was handed to us from staff physios, something they used to do, and we offered to take that over. It's really just about obviously trying to get people up and away from their desk, or just take 5 minutes for themselves and get a little bit active.
Yeah,
shake things up in the
no,
middle of the
definitely.
day.
Today, for example, I'd done a lot of mobility work. So for 5 minutes, it wasn't so much about getting a heart rate high. It was just getting some flexibility movement and just having a bit of a chat for 5 minutes and getting away from the desk.
Yeah.
If it's a desk work that you do, and just have 5 minutes to have a cool off period and let your body move. A little bit of strength work sometimes and muscular endurance, depending on which coach it is. But yeah, it's nice. I actually really, really enjoy it.
And it's open to everyone. So all you need to do to access that is drop us an email. If you're listening, please drop us an email to Staff Gym and request the link for Midday Moves. We'll send that to you. It's then just in your calendar, full stop, every day. And it's like 15 minutes before the session, isn't it? It'll ping up and just remind you to get ready to join in Midday Moves. And you don't have to leave your camera on. Some people do, but most people don't. So don't worry if you don't want to put your camera on. They're all recorded as well, those sessions. So if you do find that, you're a staff member who's maybe in clinic or in the ward and you'd like to do it, but you can't commit to 12 o'clock, then you can go on later in the day and do it whenever. So hopefully this episode is going out, we're not quite sure yet, but hopefully it's going out early in 2025. So you'll be listening to this, maybe our staff members feeling a little bit guilty still about overindulging over in Christmas and New Year. That's very normal. We all go through that phase, don't we? Do you guys have any top tips for staff members who are struggling to get motivated again?
Yes, so my top three would be, number one, set micro goals. So I think you've got to have a goal in place and it's got to be achievable through like small targets. That's where I would start, and have little micro goals. It could be lots of them, so you can tick them off as you go. Number two is enjoy yourself. So whatever you do, you've got to enjoy the actual exercise or the sport that you might be playing. What do you like doing for your exercise?
Oh, he's putting me on the spot. Hey, who's the interviewer here? You know what, my go-to that I love to do is yoga. That's my thing that I really, really enjoy doing for myself. So I find it kind of easy to motivate myself to do that. However, if I am in that position of feeling a little bit bad and that I've overindulged and I know that I've got to, kind of burn some calories and I've got to force myself out for a run, I do find it like really tough to motivate myself. 100%. But I think you're right, find something that you enjoy and find something that you kind of can take small steps towards. So for me, I might go out and do a jog around the block. I'm not going to compare myself to anybody else and force myself to go out and run for 5 miles because I'd have to crawl into work the next day.
What do you like, Molly? We're changing roles now.
We're changing roles. I'm going with it.
For me, I like classes. I like fitness classes, full stop. So I think I would, if I went to a gym, just me, myself, and I was on my own, I'd probably find myself focusing on something else or sitting on my phone in between exercises or trying to talk to someone just to get out of doing some work. Whereas if I go to a fitness class, someone's telling us what to do, I've got no choice, I'm doing it. So that's what I would choose to do.
It sounds like you need an advanced wellbeing instructor. No. And the last one I'd have to say is have a plan and set a schedule.
Yeah, so maybe even kind of write it down, commit to which days you're going to do some activity or whatever is good for kind of keeping you accountable, like you said.
Yeah, I think don't go crazy all at once. I think do little bits at a time. Like each week, try and add something, think this week I'm going to aim to book a personal training session. Even if that personal training session is just come in and speak to us, you'd maybe not have to do anything. You just would like some advice or would like us to help you set a bit of a plan. The following week, right, I'm going to take part in a personal training session or a class. And then the week after, try and do 2. I think if you do 4, 5, 6 sessions in 1 week, you're less likely to stick to it because life gets in the way. So little bits at a time will really make a difference. I
absolutely agree. And I think that goes back to what Shaun was saying about the SMART goals. One of those letters that make up that acronym obviously is that it's got to be realistic, it's got to be achievable. And like you say, lots of our staff who are listening to this will have busy lives, busy schedules, whether that's in or outside work or both. So yeah, pick a kind of a routine and plan a routine that's achievable. It's not going to make you feel terrible that you don't kind of tick off everything that you wanted to.
It's about them little small wins,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like the massive, and the more small wins we'll get like on a roll.
Yes.
And if there's a bump that comes, we'll just get straight back on it and keep continuing.
But that's what we're here for as well. I think if you work for our trust, you are quite lucky in a lot of senses that you've got our team to kind of hold your hand a little bit and keep you going with it. And like you say, when your motivation dips, we'll help you find it again. So before I let you go and run back to the gym and get back to changing and improving lives, I want to ask you the question that I ask everybody who comes onto the podcast, and that is, what do you do to improve and support your own well-being?
For myself, I feel like I'm on my feet a lot throughout the day, probably about 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So sometimes I love reading just to chill. And someone actually said to me, really? Like, do you not want to go out and do another dance class or fitness class? I'm like, no, I know that's my job, and I love my job, which is great. But I do just like if I need to switch off, sitting on my phone does not help at all. It probably has the opposite effect.
Yeah.
So sitting, reading a book, putting my phone away, it really does make a difference to me.
Fab. What's your favourite type of book? I'm intrigued. I should be able to guess this.
Romance.
Are you a romance
God, yeah.
girl? I was going to go crime.
Oh no, it freaks us out.
No,
no,
right, no crime.
It really
Okay.
does. But
Just
yeah,
romance.
and I know it's not for the poor staff that have to work on the wards, can't get their nails done, but my therapy is sitting talking to my nail girl probably once a month.
Go and get your nails done.
What do you mean? That's me.
Oh, sorry, Shaun.
She pinched your well-being. What do you do, Shaun, for your well-being?
Loads actually. I try to do loads, but I used to play basketball, and now I coach basketball because I'm injured.
Right.
But that's definitely something that I've always loved since a young age, stepping out and playing basketball enough to kind of feel free. I do a little bit of meditating.
Do you?
Yeah. I've had Headspace and the Calm app, and
Brilliant.
I really like them a lot. And also I like walking.
Yeah.
Just whether that's with like some music on, or like a podcast.
Yeah.
Something to just chill us out.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love that. Walking with a podcast in my ears is just, that's the dream. If we could fit that in every day, the world would be a happier place, I think.
But the weather at the minute, it's not as nice. So I'm on the treadmill more at the minute.
Missing your podcast
Yes.
and your nature.
100%.
Right, well, thank you so much, you two, for coming in. You were absolutely brilliant, and I hope that that's given any staff that are listening a kind of not only an overview of what goes on in our gyms, but also has broken down some barriers. Maybe you can hear that all of our staff are very friendly. These two are the friendliest. That's why I picked them. But it'd be nice if you come in and meet us in the new year, and we're going to hopefully support you on your fitness and your well-being journey. So thank you very, very much for listening. Please make sure that you like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any future episodes. Thanks. Bye-bye.